Hello guys, it's your quant Julien, and today I'm with a trader friend from France that I will let him introduce himself. But in this video, we are going to discuss, we're not going to discuss like really trading, more investing, and kind of like discuss your top 5 altcoins and for 2024 and the top 5 altcoins that will underperform, just to
Yeah,
further a bit
yeah, yeah.
the crypto market. So if you can introduce yourself, and then we'll start.
Okay, yeah, so thanks for inviting me. So my name is Diego, and I'm known on Twitter as Diego Charts. So I've been trading crypto for like 3 years. I've been doing like forex and stocks previously, but I'm only 20 years old, so I started very young, and I liked the crypto, so I went into crypto very fast. But I joined crypto like at the top of the bull run, like at 69K, and I did
Okay,
everything during the bear market.
that's pretty cool.
So now it's kind of complicated to switch my bias to like bullish, but I managed to do it like at 35K, so now it's good. But yes, and today I will like present you my top 5 altcoins that I think they are safe bets for the possible bull run that is coming, and maybe try some risk on which altcoins are not going to perform. Maybe you're not gonna like it, but we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. So of course, guys, here is more like a chat. It's not financial advice. Do your own research. It's just to
Yeah,
give you a bit of like content of what we think. We'll perhaps challenge a bit Diego on his thoughts and on what he thinks about the crypto market. And on top of that, I think just to introduce yourself, just from me, really check his Twitter. Really, you're always posting like some cool setups and everything about trading. So Diego is like more like a technical trader, I would
yeah,
say, that is trying to learn like more like the fundamentals of like crypto trading, I think. But he's more like really a pure, like I would say, technical trader. But still very experienced, I think, for your age. I was kind of like surprised about your maturity of the trades you are taking. So of course,
yeah,
it's a bit hard always to guys to make an opinion about a trader just from his trades. You know, many
yeah.
guys shit post and everything. But I think your setups are quite cool. The journey you are sharing is pretty cool, and you are super young, like 20 years old. Like I remember myself when I was 20 years old, like it was like on my first cycle. I was already in crypto, right? But
Oh, okay.
it was the bear market, and I was really, really less active regarding trading. I think back in the time, I don't even remember if we had like Binance futures. I think, yeah, probably,
When was it?
because 4 years ago it
Which
was
year?
2020. Yeah, we already had like Binance futures, sorry, but it was still like very not like as open as now. So it was a bit like slower, I think, in terms of pace of the market or the thing we were doing, like
Sorry.
trading. Of course, we had less coins and everything, but still, okay. So that's a cool journey you are sharing on Twitter.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
perhaps you want to start with your top 5. I would say you call them like safest bet for
Yeah,
2024. So of course, not financial advice. And also one thing I want to mention, because I think you will start with the first coin that is already high. And even though you are bullish on the coin, guys, it doesn't mean like you want to buy and go click click click. That's the thing. Is like you have your thesis of like you are bullish on the coin. You think this coin is like relevant of like having some exposure on it, but then which plan are you building to like build up your trading setup? Where do you enter? Where do you exit? So okay, I'll let you
yeah.
start with your first coin.
I mean, this is very important because like right now when we are filming this, Bitcoin is at like 51K. We had the rejection from 53. We're in an uptrend, but we're hitting some kind of resistance. People are getting euphoric on Twitter. So yes, maybe if you are not in spots, I recommend always to do DCA, even though it's always good to enter big and then DCA if the price goes down. That's my thesis on spots. I would rather like enter and wait rather than wait for a dip that will never come because you don't know.
Yeah.
Things can go very quick. So yeah, so right now we're going to talk about like my top 5 pick that are like safe bets because they are already big market caps and already in top 100. But I think they're gonna outperform, and I think that also with the fundamental analysis that's important, like what is the project, what is the hype, because the hype is very important. You have some projects that are like
The
shit,
narrative, guys. Yeah.
but there is hype on Twitter, there is hype on like the narrative, for example, AI, and even if the coin is shit, you can make like 10x just because of AI.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So that
that's
that's I think just to get back on what you were saying is like I think that's the crazy thing in crypto is like because we have like a private club members, you know it on the side, and we have many members who are sometimes frustrated because they feel they are doing their homework, they have like quality coins, value coins, and everything in the folio, and sometimes it's underperforming. And it's very frustrating, but it's crypto, right? You want to be on the hot things. The hot things are performing well. Well, why? Because like you have some Diego guys who are only trading hot coins, hot narrative, and at the end of the day, this is why there is like the volume, the liquidity, and that's why it's super important to monitor, I would say, the coins who are the trends, the narrative, and the coins who are super hot. Okay, so let's start with your you want,
Totally.
perhaps you want to drop the top five, and then we go one by one. Perhaps.
Yeah, okay. So like the top five I did for today is ENG from Injective Protocol, then Fed from Fetch AI, then RNDR from Render Network, then we have Rose, the Oasis Network, and the last one which is Sol, the Solana Network. So you might know them all. They are like big cryptos, big projects, but I think with with their narrative, sorry, and the hype and the community they have behind them, I think it's a safe bet and it's a good coin to hold for the bull run. Because, for example, I see a lot of like portfolio with the percentage allocation that they give to some coins, and a lot of them are always saying, yes, you have to do like 50% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, then you split altcoins. But for me, you can do that if you have like a huge wallet and you don't want to like do big percentage, big profits, and don't take risks. But if you have like 1K, 2K, 10K, even 20K or a bit more, I think it's worth taking the risk and going into altcoins, but the strongest one and the ones with narrative, like not going to like Uniswap or Dex tools and finding the most altcoin of the day and going
Yeah,
all
yeah.
in. No,
So
but like
yeah, I think you are mentioning very interesting things that are very, like, I would say, unique, that we don't see often, like I would say on Twitter and everything. I do agree on the fact, like, for you, that we don't want to, like, you don't want to be exposed to like only following like the hot stuff like of the day. I
yeah,
see too many guys saying, "Oh, today AI is hot, so I will go to AI." No, what Diego is saying here is like he has like his, I would say, bets, and now is like, how do you build up your conviction and like your position around these bets? And I think it's worth like having, perhaps, I don't know if you have like, do you only do trading, or do you have like some spot bag also on the side, or
yeah.
everything?
I
Okay.
like right now I have a big like spot bag
Mhm.
like since like 3 months that I'm writing because I feel like you just like buy when there is a dip, you add a little bit more and you chill and you wait for the top, trying to catch the top. But what is important is also to have like the ability to like know when to take some profits and realize the profits, because like unrealized profit is not profit until you take it.
Yeah,
And
until you
it's the
take
same
it.
thing for trading. But yes, I'm a day trader, so every day I trade. And for example, for the altcoins, sometimes I will do like 1 day, 2 day trades of those coins, but I won't buy them for spots because I'm just
Okay.
like trading the liquidity, the hype, because there is like a lot of volatility on those coins. So
Mm.
it's good when you're a trader.
And I think that's the common thing. I was chatting with a friend today. Is like, I see too many people like who are always like trading the trading list, like they know, the coins they know well, but
Yeah,
sometimes the trade, well, like don't have like any hype, no volume, no liquidity.
yeah,
So you always want to try to adapt a bit, I think, your trading list to the coins who are like kind of like hot. For example, as you mentioned, like since like 10 days, AI is kind of hot,
yeah.
very very
Basically,
hot. So all AI coins kind of moving decently, and then you have Bitcoin and Ethereum. You also have like this kind of like modular blockchain vibe with like these coins who are still super strong, but perhaps in close to like an end of a, I would say, a cycle. But yeah, you want to trade the hot coins. So perhaps I will ask you like few questions.
yeah,
So perhaps we will skip Solana, because I think you all
yeah,
know I'm a Solana maxi. So I'm pretty convinced it will outperform well this year for a few reasons. And then you have like still, I think, a strong, I would say, AI basis with render and fetch,
yeah.
sorry. What do you think about this AI narrative? Like, do you think there is like, is it only hype? Is it only, do you see like real application? What do you think about it, like, for this year?
For example, the one I think with the more application will be like render, because it's based, on the like GPU. So it's like something solid for me. It's like decentralized network for like GPU rendering.
Mhm.
So basically, it's for people that want to make content like videos, etc., and that need to have like decentralized GPU because they don't have it like in physical. So I think that this is something nice, and also there is like this narrative of AI, and as you can see, like nowadays, even in the stock market or even like everywhere, the hype is in AI. It's like kind of the future. For example, Apple with the Apple Vision, Meta with MetaQuest, the metaverse that are speaking everywhere, AI with NVIDIA that is like a GPU, like creating processors. By the way, tonight we have the earnings of NVIDIA,
Yeah,
so
Nvidia.
interesting.
Will
But
the
yes,
world go to zero?
yeah, yeah. Like when I see those big guys taking profits on their
Like Jeff Bezos, like I think
I'm
exited
like,
like
okay,
2 billions.
maybe,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we had few, like I would say, funders of CEO of big tech stock who try to
Mhm.
who reduced a bit, I think, their holdings, which do make sense because like the prices like really went up quite a lot. But that's an interesting thing. Like they always take profit at relevant, I would say, prices. So I
Yeah,
tend to agree with you, like on these two, like AI bet. Of course, Solana for 100%. I think injective too. I think it's a strong protocol that needs to gain some maturity, but
yeah.
I'm very convinced about it. To disclose it, like I have sold all my injective bag, my spot bag,
Really?
so I don't hold. Yeah, I don't hold any. I never hold, but I don't have like any injective in my
Okay,
bag anymore.
okay.
Where I still have some Solana and I still have some Render. I'm a bit curious about your Rose bet. Like,
Mhm.
why are you bullish on Oasis Network?
Well, first for all those projects, I also like the narrative and the project. But as you know, like I'm a Twitter guy and I'm every days on Twitter. And what I saw from the last 2 years is that when you have a lot of people posting on a coin, a lot of people like being bullish on a coin,
Okay.
posting things, I take this in consideration for like my spot bags because I think the more people are interested, the more people see the coin, the more it can go higher. And also, so yeah, Rose is like a nice project. So it's also for open finance, and like the costs are low, rapid transaction, and it's also like it's kind of like a Solana, but it's like on the
Mm,
narrative, I feel like this one is maybe the one that is like the worst project of the five ones.
mm,
But on the technical analysis part, I really like the chart, and I would have loved reload my bags lower, but I didn't got the entry, so I still just got my bags from like last year, and I'm holding. But this one is kind of is the like more risky safe bet, I would say.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, me on my end, really, I'm not really a big fan of this project. I think they had like quite a lot of time to build. I don't think they really delivered like
Yeah.
things that I'm like excited about, and I still think like the valuation, of course, is not super high, but it's still quite high. But
Yeah.
okay, perhaps we'll see. But I'm not really convinced about this bag, and that's the thing about in crypto that perhaps here you are saying it perhaps indirectly is like really like because you're a trader, so I think most of the people that will listen to it is like more like investors or like slower, like I would say, in terms of frequency.
Yeah.
And when I look at the Rose chart, you see like some phases where like from 2 years nothing is happening, and I think this is the worst, because like if you get trapped and then you like keep your position and you have to wait such a long time, I think this is a big issue.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
these are
Sure.
like kind of the stuff you want to monitor to make sure you are not like overexposed for too long on a
Yeah. Yeah.
specific coin, or otherwise like it's very I would say very hard. Perhaps we can move to like your top 5 of the coins that you do think that will underperform this year.
Yeah.
So again, not financial advice. It's more like to further a bit some projects and to see what you are thinking about it.
Mm.
And by the way, I think everything we are seeing here is moving. Perhaps tomorrow you have a news on I would say Solana that will be super bullish or super bearish, and we can adapt, right? What we are saying is not like the truth. The truth is evolving, I would say. So
Yeah.
if you want to move to your top 5
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
underperforming coins.
Yeah. So just to say it before, even though I think all those coins will all perform, I still have a little percentage on my wallet
Okay.
on each of them, because when I will say they will underperform, is like I think every coins will pump during the bull run, and I believe there will be a bull run.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
So
that's
you
my
don't think
point.
we are already in the bull run? Like we are like on 21 February of 2024.
Yeah, what you for you? You're in, are we in the bull run or no? For you?
For me, like yeah, we do are in the bull run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, same for me. Like we just went up from 16K on
Yeah.
Bitcoin, so like if that's not a bull run, like what is it?
Or at
But
least like a first phase of it, of like where Bitcoin is super
yeah,
strong, and then we have like perhaps altcoin moving. But yeah, for sure. Okay, so
yeah,
you're sorry. Yeah, go back to your things.
yeah. So it will be like some, maybe if you are on Twitter, you will see. You already saw them on some list, etc. That coins that will move to all time high again, maybe. But like, so the list is Floki. So Floki, which is like a shitcoin, a dog coin like Doge, like Shiba,
Mm.
which is based on, on like Elon Musk dog
Tweeting.
name,
Yeah.
etc. Uh, then we have ApeCoin, so the coin that is relied to the
Yuga Labs. Yeah.
NFTs. Yeah, exactly. Then we have Wu, so from Wu Network, so the exchange, the centralized and
Mm.
decentralized exchange. We also have PYR, which is the Vulcan Forge token.
Mm.
It's
Gaming. Yeah.
the gaming sector, yeah, gaming. And then we have PAL AI, which can be good on the short term, but I think the utility on the long term is like shit. It's just hype for me.
Mm.
So we'll see.
So
Maybe, yeah,
I think yeah, I really like the your list. So I think for Floki, I think it's a good learnings here. Is like just from my experience, is like all these meme coins from like the previous cycle tends to underperform. Or it's really random, and you have to be careful about that. I think thanks to Bonk, the I would say dog narrative, dog
yeah,
meme coin or dog shitcoin
yeah,
narrative is still here, and could like warm up quite decently. And you just need to Dogecoin to pump. Perhaps Floki will follow. But still I don't want to like I think it doesn't make sense in terms of investment. Perhaps trading, if we see some traction on Floki, there will be like some cool setups to get in,
yeah,
some good squeeze and everything. So I think that's a good first point. I think ApeCoin, I would tend to disagree. Like last week I was with some board ape guys, and
yeah,
I do think that the token economics is absolutely trash and that
yeah,
they did like something very very like VC stuff, like the worst stuff like that is in crypto is like ApeCoin, really like this kind of like token economics like needs to stop because it's very very bad for investors and very bad for the ecosystem and for the crypto in general, I think. Because like it's almost impossible to make money on ApeCoin since the launch, in terms of like investment, because it's only going down because of the inflation. And I think we still have like some strong inflation coming, some big unlocks, and so you tend to have like a price going down, or even though it's not going down that fast, at some point you are really underperforming Bitcoin. So it doesn't make any sense because you are taking more risk and you're underperforming Bitcoin. But at some point, perhaps 8 coin will be so low that if NFT gets back on and
mm,
everything, that could be like a time where
yeah,
some good trading setup. But again, it's trading. It's trading. It's not like investing. So I really like the fact that you are mentioning this coin because it's one of the, I think, the biggest like underperformer since we
yeah,
get back. We went up,
yeah, exactly.
and underperformer tends to underperform, right? So you stay far from them. I think for the gaming project you are mentioning, really, I do have some. I'm disclosing I do have some, and I purchased some like 10 days ago. One of our trader purchased some
Okay.
of this coin. I'm like, I think I'm neutral. It's very hard for me to really predict anything related to gaming because I think sometimes the games are not the best, and
Yeah,
but
and there is a
still.
lot of project of
Mm.
gaming project also.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's a good one to monitor. For Woo Network, I don't want to FUD them, so I think I will pass on this one. And then for the last one you mentioned, I think it's one of the good example in terms of like AI coins who are really overhyped and people are buying just because like it's labeled kind of like AI, and you have so many people saying, "Oh, it's AI stuff," and people are a bit blind and like are buying
Yeah,
the coin. And I think it will work until the music ends. Let me check the market cap of the coin.
a PAL, I think it's like,
Quarter billion, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
A quarter billion. It's not listed on many centralized exchanges yet, so I think they could still get some traction here in
Yeah,
terms of like I
good,
would say
good
liquidity, market
conclusion.
making.
Yeah, like
But
I think it can maybe do like a nice pump still, but like on the long term, I think it's better to have
Hmm.
strong coins. And if you want to be exposed on I feel like it's much better to like
Hmm.
enter in better projects such as Render or such as Fetch AI,
You
which
mean better
maybe
project in terms of like token economics, fundamental of the project, just to understand how you think.
but for me, the thing that those tokens like Render and Fetch AI are proposing are like real stuff and already used by
Okay. Okay.
users that have the token, because you always have like traders that only buy the token and don't use the utility,
Hmm.
but you also have like blockchain people that actually are using it, and so I think for like the on the long term for the burn etc, it's most sustainable to have some project like that. But yes, it's a risky bet to like fund some projects such as PAL, because they have really low market cap. So you can do a very very nice pump on those coins. But I feel like it's kind of risky to like invest your money in something that is like a bet, you know?
Yeah, like more like gambling. Like I
Yeah,
think from what you're mentioning, I think we have to be a bit more extreme on this one. Is like at some point when people do your when you are doing your research and you're like, okay, you are thinking, okay, this coin, I think the value is low. I don't want to have it, or don't want to have it even in my ticker list of like, I would say not trading but like investing.
yeah,
Then if it pumps, it's like, have you done your research the wrong way, or have you failed like, I don't know, the AI narrative or whatsoever? But you cannot like really like say, oh, I'm dumb. Anything. We saw that a lot in our community and with our members,
yeah,
and it's okay to miss an opportunity. I think there is plenty of them, and
yeah. Every
at
day.
some point it's important to like say, to make your to have like your way of choosing coins and saying, okay, I don't want this coin, I want this coin. Otherwise you are like following all the coins and it makes no sense. And actually I made a good trade on PAL, because
Yeah.
I exited like on end of okay, here mid November, so zero point 0.2, and I was out and it pumped after that. But I avoid I was not in the market when it was like
Okay.
consolidating for like 3 months, so okay, it's pretty good. But yeah, I think overall the thing is
Yes,
like we are in the bull market. Yeah,
you were
go ahead.
in very very early on PAL.
Yeah. I have many uh, guys giving me some
Guidance.
alpha, linking me some alpha, and always shilling me coins. But they have done their research and everything.
Mm.
And that's the thing is like, when I entered PAL, I think I don't remember exactly the price, but I think I made like a 3, 4, 5x. And on these coins, when I make a 4, 5x, and I'm not convinced about the fundamental, or I'm not like, or the hype could be like crazy or whatsoever, I'm a bit like, okay, I'm taking my profits, I'm going out. And if it goes higher, I'm like, you know, I'm not regretting it. When, for example, for Bonk, I took
Yeah,
profit way too early and I really faded the meme coin stuff,
yeah,
but really because it was a morning, I woke up, I was mad, and I was like, okay, fuck this market, I want to take profit. And I took profit, because I didn't, I made a quick, like, I would say decision,
yeah.
and I didn't thought enough, and then it was a bad trade.
Bro, I
But
did
for,
the same for Pepe.
okay,
For
for VP, okay,
I entered at
yeah,
3 million market cap
okay, oh,
with like 5K, and I sold for like 2x.5.
oh
So
yeah,
it
okay,
was good profit. I was in holidays with friends. We were like looking at this. We saw, oh, Pepe, we've put
mm,
money. 2 days later, we made a 2x. So we cash back. We took the
mm.
profits. And like, I don't know, maybe Pepe went very, very fast. Like,
Yeah, very, very, it went up
I
very
think
fast, yeah,
1 or 2 weeks ago, it was listed on Binance and went to 1
yeah,
billion market cap.
yeah,
So like, I
it's
was like,
reached,
ah,
yeah, over a billion, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but it just touched a billion, I think.
Mm. Yeah, but for Bonk, I was really like bullish on the thing. I had, it took me some time to load the position,
Yeah,
spot and pep, and yeah, but yeah, and the thing I was mentioning just before is like, most likely we are in a bull run and price tends to go high,
yeah,
and so we don't want to, like, guys who say after that, oh, you said you were bearish on this coin, it went higher. The thing is like, was it easy to make money and to extract dollars from this coin first? And second is like, was it the best risk reward on the market? Like,
yeah,
and I think there is some coin that perhaps for the same risk, I would say, so the same market cap, you have like a better risk reward. So you are better like having this coin in your folio, or trading this coin, that trading some coins who are a bit like, I would say, less sexy in terms of like fundamental narrative and everything, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Anything you
And
want to add?
also,
Yeah.
just to add, a lot of people like always, yes, you missed 10x, you missed 20x, but I think those people are not in position like that, and like the psychology and the timing is very very complicated. Like, okay, you might hold for 10x, but why not holding for 20x? Then you are 20x. Why not hold for 30? Like, you have to know when to go out. You have to be satisfied with your profits, and like, don't be greedy, because if you start to do this right now, when like the big expansion phase of the balloon will happen, you won't take your profits.
Mm.
And I know so much people that I met after the balloon, because I wasn't there, but they like told me their stories, and like maybe 85% of them were like high millions and didn't sold, and just like lost like millions in unrealized profits. But that's still crazy. Like a lot of them,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. Like I've done 2 cycles, so I know this story, and I think that's one of my main theory, like in terms of investing, is like timing the market is more important than timing the market, and this is why hodling is a horrible trade. That's why you don't want to do DCA, dollar cost averaging. You want to try to time the market, get your profit, and that's and again, like when you are saying, okay, you are trading Pepe, and you are saying, okay, I put my 5K, and I really want to I don't know, like get extract the most from it. You're like, okay, you just wait, and if it goes to back to zero, you're like, okay, it was the trade.
yeah,
But if you take profit like quite early on, because you're like, okay, I'm at 50K now and I've done 10x and I'm really satisfied about it, you go out. It gives you like 10 times 5K opportunities to reallocate to coins
yeah.
like this
Then
one,
you
and you
can
have to
risk
wait
it
the good
ten
timing for
times.
that. And that's how you compound. People only want to do like 10x, 100x, but I do think that the real wealth, and I'm always every day chatting with guys 8, 9, 10 figures in crypto. They have made their wealth with sometimes with big wins, but you never know when they will happen. For example, in our club, we had a big win with Solana, but you never know if we're going to have another big win this year. Convinced we're going to have one, but you never know. And at some point, you really want to focus in like doing your plan the proper way, doing 2x, 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 and then at some point having some crazy wins, and you are compounding way faster than what people really, really, really could imagine.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. But that and I think for me it's like kind of easier to like take profits quick and rotate, because as I'm mainly like a day trader.
Rotating, guys, rotating for
Yeah,
2024. The
yeah,
most
it's very
important thing.
important. Very important. Like to take profits and reinject it in other projects, or maybe
100%.
just wait lower. But I think it's easier for like traders to do it, because you are used to like take profits quick, wait for an opportunity, and then re-enter. And yes, because like for me, spot was quite complicated at the beginning. For example, I bought 2.5 bitcoins at 16K with my Discord. They all got the call, etc. And I personally sold them at 18K, because at that time I was thinking Bitcoin was going to do 16K, 18K, 17K, and then go higher. So I was like, okay, I sell at 18K, I rebuy 1K lower. But like, if you do long term investment or spot, you don't have to think like that. So sometimes it's useful because you sell the top and you re-enter, but sometimes you miss
Yeah,
profits.
I tend to agree with you. I think you are on a specific, like I would say, example is like trying to really buy the bottom, and if you do so,
Mhm.
you at some point you wanted to let the price a bit breathe and everything. And but I do think I'm convinced that you have to be active in terms of investing. Either like you do it like passively and you have some passive solutions and everything, or you build your more investment, I would say, thesis. But if you are not active, you will not really extract as much as possible from the market. I see it like, the past few weeks I've really tried to optimize like at a personal level, like, my entry, my exit, rotating, really try to think super hard, finding the next move. Like I think I've figured out like my two next big trades for like Q1 2024, Q2 2024. I'm loading my bags. It's taking time because it requires a lot of conditions to load like 20%, 30% of your net worth in one crypto when it's like 6, 7 figures. It takes some time. So you have to really think about it because these decisions are really, really important. And at the end of the day, at the end of the game, it's at the day of sorry, it's a game of probability and of like trying to maximize your odds and like making sure you have your plan ready, and are you willing to take the risk to really overperform. I see you are doing trading every day, like using leverage,
Yeah.
finding the entry. We discussed your trade, one of your trade recently. on DM, and it requires like a lot of work, dedication, managing the stress and everything, and it's not easy, right? But that's
Yeah,
that's that's the that's the real
that's tough.
that's the real thing. It's not easy to beat the market every day, or try to beat the market every day, and to compound faster, to make more money, extract more, and keep the wheel spinning. But I think it's worth the try. You are super young, 20 years old. Crazy world we live in, 20 years old in
Yeah,
Dubai. By the way, we are both in Dubai, but traffic jam where he is located is so hard that we say, okay, we're gonna do
yeah,
that way. But perhaps another time we will be together in the same room. um, but yeah, you are
exactly.
super young, and that's the cool thing. That's why I wanted to really do like an interview with you, because you are really fighting hard every day, and that's
Mhm.
what matters. Of
Yeah,
course, we can always do better. You missed perhaps a six-figure opportunity plus on Pepe. I missed some
so,
too, but at the end of the day, you are trying, keep
yeah,
iterating, and perhaps the next Pepe you will do your 100x, and that's the thing,
yeah. Yeah, I learned that, and just like to, because I don't know if you were like saying to like the viewers or people to like start to try time the markets and maybe do more trading, but for me, I feel like in current market conditions with like a lot of
Mm,
volatility, we saw it today, for example. I think it's better to avoid like leverage trading. And I see too much people asking me, yes, yes, can I go that leverage? Sending me DM, please. How can I like get out of this situation? I have a guy yesterday sent
mm,
me on Discord, if he was done like 10K, he was short on Bitcoin since 39Ks. His
mm.
liquidation is 55K. So I think we're going 55 before 39.
Yeah, okay, that's mean.
But
That's mean. That's mean.
like,
Okay, two things to react to it. To react to what you're saying. I think the first thing is like, when it comes to trading, I think it's finding the right balance of like, sometimes it's very interesting to trade a lot, sometimes a bit less. It really depends the market conditions. But if and always, try to trade the proper way. Don't follow like some weird gurus or some weird scams online who are doing weird things. Because that's not trading at the end of the day. And the second thing is about leverage. For me, when I discuss about leverage, I only talk like 2x, 3x, never really above that. But that's true. Like, we see so many guys doing like 20, 30, because they saw it like on some YouTube channels of like guys
yeah,
doing like 30x, 40x trading leverage. So really avoid that. Don't do any leverage. Try leverage with like, uh, I think on Bybit, even on Bybit, you can trade with $10 on futures.
yeah,
Perhaps not on Bitcoin or Ethereum, but I think on Solana you can do zero point 0.1 Solana orders. So you can try with literally $100. You try that for 3 months, and then you ramp up the pace. And the second thing you were mentioning is like, guys, be careful when you are going DM. I do receive some crazy one too about bad trades you are in, and you are like, what do I do now? And like, the whole responsibility is on us. Like,
yeah,
recently I had a guy who was like, before, like, we had like some small dips, like during the day he was like long, like his folio like was like 50K, and he was long like 200K like on Bitcoin, and he was like down. He could have gotten liquidity like just on the week. And he was like, Julian, what do I do now? It's not my money on some part, it's my friend's money. Some crazy
yes,
stories, and like, we have to do it for you. So always not financial advice. We are always trying to give you like advice where you will reduce your risk, because the issue with leverage is like, your risk is growing so fast that it doesn't make any sense in terms of like risk reward, or even like, I would say, probability and everything. So and that's the thing. So we are always, I think we will always try, I think you will, to give you the proper, I would say, not advice, but be careful, or like how to exit I would say a dirty position. But yeah, be super cautious on leverage.
yeah, and leverage. Like I feel like a lot of people, like when they use leverage, they just think about the leverage, put like I don't know, like 50% or whole of the margin of their accounts,
Mm,
and go and leverage. But like me, sometimes I use like 20, 50 leverage, but my risk, like the percentage of my wallet I will lose if my
mm,
stop loss is it. If I go 2x leverage or 50x leverage, it won't change. It will be the
mm,
same. For me personally, it's 5%, which is high. But like on my account, don't have all my money, because I have a lot of spots, so I can risk a bit more. And I like to be kind of risky, and my win rate is not that bad, so like I can do it. But I see too much people going with high leverage and like don't using risk management, which is the most important thing. Like if you use risk management, leverage like is not a big deal. Like you can do 2x or 100x, it will be the same thing. So I don't know if you get that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I think that's 100% the thing.
that's more
It's
visual.
yeah, yeah. It's like you guys, you have to be careful on like how you do your how you use your leverage and how you set up like your trades. And always the same. Try to go slow, small accounts and everything. But perhaps we'll do another video about that. Perhaps to end on these like top 5 coins, top worst 5 coins. Do you have like anything to mention or I don't know, to end up like this interview?
No, so like again, just to remind that that's not a financial advice. That if you guys love, I don't know, Floki, like this is your
Yeah.
thing. There is no problem that I don't hate those projects. And as I said, I also hold some of them because
Hmm.
I'm a risk taker. So we will see.
I feel you
Um,
are extremely cautious with like meme coins about their community.
yeah, because they're gonna
Cool.
run to my to my tweets. But yes, for my top five, I personally do believe that they are very good.
Hmm.
That's my top holding. And my favorite, I will say, will be like ING, Sol, and Render. Those
Okay.
three. And yes, and if you guys want to like be more safe, hold Ethereum and Bitcoin, like that's very good. Also, that's a very good
Hmm.
thing. But don't expect having such returns.
Yeah,
Like that's
that's
dumb
a
for
cool
me.
thing. But if you are not trader, you are not a trader. Also, that's another cool thing.
Yeah.
But risk taker for life, I think we'll end up on that. Good luck to risk takers and the risk taker for life, and that's how you make it. But be cautious. Risk taker doesn't mean like you go doing crazy thing. It's just like you're trying to manage a risk and try to add some risk a wise way. Thank you very much for your time, Diego. It was a pleasure to discuss crypto trading about you. We really feel you're a trader. You only want to talk about trading, so
Yeah,
that's cool. So perhaps we'll do like some more content about more trading related. But thank you very much for your time.
yeah.
Trade
Thanks for
safe.
the
Wishing
tip.
all the luck for you for 2024, and I hope your top five will overperform the market.
Yeah, we hope so. Well, thank you for the invitation. It was a really nice interview, and let's do another one soon.
For sure, 100%. Bye, guys.
Bye. Ciao.